My man, here we are again, face to face, for another episode of Chasin Birdies. What's up?
It feels good again.
Dude, it's been so long. It's been since Colorado, since I saw you last.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. It feels good to see you again. We had some technical difficulties the last episode with Dr. Bob Rotella, which was a great episode.
It was.
But the intro, outro were terrible. You know, our good friend Brandon Katzoff, his daughter said that I sounded like I was underwater. So we're here right now together.
Yeah. It's much better. It's much better.
It is much better. Plus, I get to see you, bud.
I know, man. You know, it gets a little odd seeing you on FaceTime every couple hours. So it's good to finally see you in person. You know, see your presence, feel your spirit. How was the day today? Played a little golf, huh? Looks like it.
Yeah. Yeah. We played a lot of golf. Actually, we played golf at a sponsor of ours, Nemacolin.
Yeah.
How awesome is that place?
Dude, the course is phenomenal.
Both courses are incredible. They're making changes right now at Mystic Rock. You wouldn't even notice it.
For real? What holes?
The bunkering, the tee boxes, a lot of things are being changed there. For instance, on 3 or 4, short par 4, there's a bunker in the right rough now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. 5, they made the bunker north-south longer.
Okay. Awesome.
8, they made it a little wider. 11's completely different. But anyways, neither here nor there. We were up there at nemacolin. Thank you again to nemacolin. They've supported us from day one. Go check them out, nemacolin.com. I know their new pool, the Peak, is supposed to be incredible. I have not seen it yet, but I hear that it is awesome. Heated floors for the wintertime, heated pool for the wintertime, so they're going to be popping that off in the winter. But please, go check them out, nemacolin.com. Tell them the Chasin Birdie Boys sent you when you book your reservations. Take the family there in the fall. The fall at nemacolin is outstanding. It is as beautiful as it gets in this world. So please, tell them that we sent you.
So we're back in the saddle. We got some episodes under the belt. We got some good feedback. We got some merch out there. We got some new merch coming down the pipe. Got an exciting couple of shoots coming up at nemacolin in August and in October. And, you know, we're just filling around in a dark room, and we're doing all right. And we're just going to keep
Chris Santor, we have to
progressing.
say thank you to. Funna, as some of you guys know. We got some hats on order from Imperial. So we got 3 different hats coming your way on the website, chasinbirdies.co. Check out T-shirts, head covers, hats, towels. I mean, I saw Ryan, you ordered yourself a towel.
I did. I lost my towel, and you know what? I needed to get a couple new T-shirts of ours. So you know what? I went on. I supported the boys. Supported ourselves.
Fantastic. I know we got some friends out there that have not done that yet. So, anyways.
But he checks that. He checks that.
How about the Rotella episode? It was really good. I think that I had a couple business owners reach out to me about some of the things he said. And again, we can use it in life. We can use it in golf, all sports, as you saw who he's working with. So I'm really happy with the way that one turned out.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for this one that's coming up. And I'm telling you, I know we say it's the best one. This is our best interview yet.
Yeah, I mean,
Willie Robertson, Duck Dynasty, the most watched television show in the history of TV. Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. And I'll tell you what, man, he loves golf. What a great guy he is all around. It was a fun interview for us to be able to talk with him at length. I mean, guys, we've been putting out 35-minute episodes, maybe 40 here and there. You know, I think right now, if you look at your screen, this is probably loaded up for close to an hour. Great content, and we are very appreciative of Willie and his time that he's given us to do this episode on Chasin Birdies. So, you know, I don't know if you have any other comments you want to mention about the episode, or I think it speaks for itself, really.
It speaks for itself. I mean, he's an awesome guy. You know, religion we get into, golf, barbecue,
golf.
You know, barbecues a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic interview, and again, we talk a little bit about everything.
Yeah, and you know, it is a well-rounded interview, touching on golf and whatnot. But hey, real quick, let's talk briefly before we get into this episode. what we're going to be rolling out potentially here in the fall in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking maybe some gambling over here at Chasin Birdies with football season coming up, with some new lines coming out for the college football games, NFL games. We're going to have Spades Corner here on Chasin Birdies. You want to elaborate a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. Spades Corner is a friend of ours coming on, giving lines, kind of guiding some people that might not gamble a lot and want to gamble, or people that do gamble a lot and want some early point spreads on some games. I know already the first week of college football, he said, is getting out of hand with some of the wagers that are being placed already, some of the point spreads. So we're going to have that every episode going forward, Spades Corner. And it's not just going to be college football. It's going to be NFL, hockey, all of that. So,
yeah, it'll be exciting little twist of events here for us, bringing to y'all.
And make sure you go to our Instagram at Chasin_birdies. Like us, comment, double tap, tell your friends, subscribe, listen. It's all good stuff. It all helps us out. And some of our friends don't get that message, but we got bills to pay over here.
Yeah.
So
tell me about it.
With that being said, let's roll it into Willie Robertson.
Yep. Let's check it out here, guys. Hope y'all enjoy this episode of Chasin Birdies. As you all know by now, Chasin Birdies is proud to be partners with Holderness and Bourne. Check them out online at hbgolf.com. Holderness and Bourne makes fabulous pieces that help you look good on the course, even if your game is not up to par. Check out their new arrivals now for this golf season. Also, head on over to chasinbirdies.com to get some custom Chasin Birdie gear from Holderness and Bourne. We'll continue to drop these pieces through every season. That's chasinbirdies.com and Holderness and Bourne at hbgolf.com. All right, we have a very special guest joining us today, and man, I'm really excited about this one. How about you?
Yeah, they're all special, but this one's really special.
Businessman, entrepreneur, golfer, enthusiast of life, Willie Robertson. Willie, how are you?
What is going on, guys?
Man, what's going on down there in Louisiana?
Well, you left some stuff off. Singer, what else? Actor, man. There's more. There's so much more.
A writer.
Well, we're gonna get into the cooking part, man, because I want to know how to smoke some meat. So tell us a little bit about it. You know, you're the CEO of Duck Commander and Buck Commander, and I think all of our listeners know the Duck Dynasty show. What was that like? I mean, that's really what kind of put you guys on the map, you and your family.
Well, let me see if I can get the perfect analogy. It was like a freight train. Started kind of slow, and then it got up to full speed really quickly, and I was trying to hang on the whole time. So,
yeah, it looks like it kind of trajectory was pretty high out the gate. I mean, I know your father was the start of it all, and then you came in, stepped in, and really grew the damn thing out.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It's quite interesting you say that because, Duck Commander Phil started around 1972. And when the show happened and, it was a huge success, and people would say, what's it like being an overnight success in your business? And I said, well, it took about 40 years, so I don't know what your idea of overnight is. But
yeah.
There was a lot of lean years, and, I'll always be indebted to Phil for really doing all the heavy lifting, keeping it together, keeping it going, was able to provide me with the chance to, when that happened, just to be there, to be able to take it to another level. And because if something would have went wrong years before, he'd have got sick of it. We wouldn't have had the backdrop.
Right, and I think that's the thing too. I mean, even I'm a father now. You want to give your children the best life that they could possibly have, and that in turn is when you want to grow a business, and hopefully it goes the right direction. If it doesn't, then you stand back up and try it again. Well,
there's something to be said about patience, and contentment. People today, some people, they want it so fast, and they don't want to put in all that hard work it takes to get there, and they're just thinking it's going to happen super fast. And, sometimes you got to really wait and, wait for the opportunity, the right opportunity, and work hard the whole way. And, and hopefully things can happen. And, but no matter what, if the show wouldn't have if we would never had a show, we were happy. I mean, we were totally satisfied and happy. It wasn't
I'll
like
tell you this much: you probably enjoyed dinner a lot more out publicly before the show.
That's true. Well,
point.
I cut all my hair now, so I've got this little nice window. I'm not recognized. It's really been fun. So I can kind of cool about, and which actually made me a better cook, because I really went all in about 10 years ago when the show happened. I realized I'm not going to be able to go out and sit there like most people. So a lot of meals, most of my meals now come from here, and we have people over, and so a little bit more convenient.
Yeah, but that's again, that's something that's really special too, is that you can sit down, enjoy a meal with your family, and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's not, I don't want to be the guy complaining about, these are people, and people are, they see somebody they enjoy, and that's really a tribute to the show, and the success of it, and especially the nature of it, which kind of, you felt like, hey, I know this guy, I know his wife, I know his kids, his parents, and so been in their home, you've done all that, visually through television. So the nature of it created that. And however, when that happens a lot, it's kind of a little bit more dicey to get through, just trying to get in and get out and move on about life. So it was I always saw that as a tribute to the show and just how much people liked it. So
yeah, and I think that's the thing too, is that with your personality, again, I've met you before, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but with your personality, it's a welcoming personality, and people feel like when they watch that show, I know Willie Robertson, I know Cy, I know, the whole family was that way, and I think that speaks volumes about you guys.
Yeah, well, the only thing I never understood with people was there's a certain group of people that would want to come up and slap me on my back or hit me, and I never understood that. I was like, if I met someone, really, if I saw someone, I wouldn't just go up and slap them on the back. But you'd be amazed how many people do that.
Yeah,
I got hit I was on a plane one time. I was like on the back row of first class, right? And so I turned around to see where the stewardess is, and the guy caught me, and he saw me. I realized he knows who I am, and the hit that came next right in the middle of my back, jarred me, and I was like so mad, but like having to be friendly, and I never understood people doing that.
Well, and again, and that's back to you being in the spotlight at all times. If that guy, smacks you in the middle of the back and you snap, nowadays with social media, it's everywhere. So that's why you always have to be on your A game. And not that you're like that. Like I said, you're very welcoming and all that, but at some point it gets, you might have a bad day every once in a while.
Well, I gave him a pass, and I knew he was just excited. But
there you go.
one guy, one time he came up to me, and I don't know where we were at, and this guy's like 6'5" and just giant, and he puts his arms out and he just screams Willie, and he's coming out like he's gonna, I think, pick me up. And I just put my finger up and I said, friend, let me just say this. You know who I am, but I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're fixing to do.
Right.
We don't know each other. And then we got to laugh because I think I was fixing to get a really, really hard bear hug.
Yeah, man. That's funny. Yeah,
but it was fun, man. It was, back in the day, it was crazy. It was crazy getting around. And so, yeah, things have settled down a bit, which has been nice.
Right. So with the whole COVID over the last 15 months, I think a lot of people's businesses that they thought would be down are up, i.e. the golf business, the jewelry business. How's business been over the last 15 months for the Duck Commander and the Buck Commander? With people at home, they're definitely hunting more and all that.
Yeah, I think we fell in that same place there with golf or camping or anything outside, right?
Outside, yeah.
Anything outside, and we were fine. And we've noticed that really the hunting industry is strange. When the economy's even down, the hunting industry typically goes up because maybe there's less money to travel, less money to do as many vacations, or maybe you don't buy the new car or whatever it is that people do.
Mm-hmm.
But we found that, man, they're gonna hunt. In fact, even more so, And I think certainly I know that happened during COVID because I was trying to get a tag out in, I think, Idaho and for something, and a tag for an animal, and he said they had sold out, and he said that had never sold out, but it sold out in like a couple of days. That was just how many people wanted to be outside where you could go do something. So certainly we found that as well. So our business was fine and probably been upticked a bit from the year before.
Well, and again, that's great to hear because it is a family business. So you want these family businesses to be successful. Now, when you go away on a hunting trip, what are you wanting to hunt for? What's your favorite hunt?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot, and it's really hard for me to answer because they're all different, and it's just a different. I keep on the segue to your golf. It's kind of like a golf course, what place, and golf courses are all different, right? So it's like may like this about this course and this about a different course, but and hunting's the same way. I think archery elk. That was actually I ended up on the archery elk hunt in Idaho, but I was looking for another tag. I can't remember what it was, but and they were sold out. Yeah, archery elk is amazing because you're talking about an encounter with something that weighs 1,500 pounds maybe, and you're 10 feet away. It's got a giant rack of antlers, and it could do more harm to you than you could do to it. But it's like you're and they're screaming, at that time when you're doing the archery, you're calling them in, they're coming in hot and heavy, and they're bugling, and it's really exciting. And but then you take a duck, and you may get if you've ever had the opportunity to light 50 mallards, like 20 yards in front of you, and they all come in at the same time. They sound like an aircraft, banking around you, flying, and then they come in. And so I think it's that up closeness is what I really like. And so archery deer, same way. You've got something really close to you, and you've got to be, you can't move. I mean, their job is to stay alive, right? And they're really good at it. So they can sense and they can smell better than you. They can hear better, So each animal has something different, and I think that's what I enjoy about it.
I'll tell you, the only thing I've killed, Willie, in my time is a few Miller Lights. So I've never hunted. So.
Oh man,
I may have done that too, and this one's way more exciting. That's probably cheaper. That's probably the cheaper way to do it. But,
exactly.
Yeah, no, it is. So this whole podcast that we have going, Chasin Birdies, and we always obviously link it to golf because we're on a golf course and we want to chase birdies, period. But we've said this many times in previous episodes, and I'll say it again, but I think the word chasing birdies or the phrase, I should say, chasing birdies applies to any individual in life who is trying to achieve greatness or continue to self-improve. And, if I parallel this to you, obviously your business career has been very successful, not just with TV, but I know you've been an author of several books, and you have some great partnerships with other companies as well. So how do you kind of pivot from one aspect of, hey, I'm a reality TV star, but then at the same time, I need to write a new book, or I want to promote this. Is it all kind of blending together to you, or are you able to compartmentalize each business endeavor that you try to achieve or go down?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you would have to do that, and so you're not necessarily. It's not like you're skilled or trained at any. It's interesting. I've written books and sold 1 million copies of a book. Had this TV show it was the most watched reality show in the history of TV. We had an album, a Christmas album that sold over 1 million copies, which are really benchmarks, for anybody in that field. And by education, I'm not trained to be an actor. I'm not trained to be a writer. I'm not trained to be a musician for sure, or singer. So it's really amazing, how, part of that's just opportunity. If there's an opportunity, do you take it? And it's the same opportunities I took 20 years ago when there really was nothing, nothing going to be written about what you're doing. But you see an opportunity, you take it. You see a business deal, and you're like, hey, that's good. And I mean, I can take it all the way back. I can certainly teach 1,000 lessons from golf. It's I can just teach life lessons or religious lessons, anything off golf. But I can take it all the way back to, when I was a kid playing Monopoly, as far as business. I wanted to write a book on everything I learned in business. I learned playing Monopoly as a kid. Because you've got to, in order to be really good at Monopoly, you've got to see things before they actually happen. Because if you wait, it's too late. And so, so there were a couple of tricks I had, and I would tend to always win, because, and it was relational, like, a weak player, somebody I can make some, marginal trades with properties, and then other people get mad because they feel like you're taking advantage of them. And then it was interesting. My wife said, Monopoly, we played during COVID, and it ended with everybody mad at me. It was like one of those train wreck games because a couple of my kids, I really made them feel like you're on my team, like you're a team member with me, and my wife was just getting furious. Like she was telling my kids, like you're gonna lose, like you're still gonna lose the game, but somehow I can make them feel like, hey, you're gonna win. I can put your car right beside the hotel that busted you out, you know. but there was a lot to life right through business. I mean, you have to work with people. I think really what. It's your ability to work with people is what I feel like makes a lot of people successful. Some people have this natural, like whatever it is. You know, if you're whether it's tech or you invented something or you're a singer or you can hit a baseball really far. You know, and I know a lot of those people, and they're really their talent. And probably they had it when they were in 5th grade. You know, can carry them through the day and make them successful. But business, you've got to be able to work with people, and if you can't, I think there's been a lot of people, talented people, that just really what set them back was their inability to work with people. And so even our show, I had to work with family, which is even a tougher thing. Most people would be mortified thought of working with their family. But I'm having to, even the nature of the show is so interesting. Like there were days that we're all sitting around and we're depending on my 10-year-old nephew, to pull his weight in the show, and
right.
So it was just amazing, this goal you were trying to get to. And it became every episode, you're trying to get to this, to the end, get it edited, get it put out. But if you look at who played the part in there, man, it was children. It was, people our age, my parents, my uncle, it was like all these people had to come together. So it's really, really cool. But, but I think when you have an opportunity, you got to make a decision. Yeah, do I do this? Do I not? How much time is it going to take to do this? Do I have enough to put into it to make it successful? Who can I depend on? Who can I put in charge of? And so all these things come up, and and you hit on some, and if they're successful, it'll win the day, and a lot you'll miss. You'll be like, that was dumb. Put it in the learning category and move on. And some people can't. Which back to golf, I mean, good grief, what is that? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I open the round with a double bogey and it's over. Like, I don't even feel like playing. I just want to walk off. I used to quit. I would quit after the front nine. And at some point I said, you know what, I can't, you've got to stick with it. And I love watching golf because you'll see guys like someone yesterday, actually, someone had a double bogey on the 3rd or 4th hole. It's like, but they brought it all back. And I'm sitting there going, if they would have just parred what the score could have been, but you have to move on. So you cannot live in it. You've got to have that ability to move on.
Well, and that's the thing too. I feel like life is a round of golf. If you really step back and look at your life, it's a round of golf. A double bogey, it's going to be a little bump in the road. But you know what? It's what you make of it and how you come back from it. And you can just sit there and keep making bogeys, which might not be intentional, but I'm going to go down swinging though.
Yeah, you got to dig in. You got to dig in and have that courage to continue to fight. And that's really life, like kind of backing up to what you were saying about businesses. I mean, you got to take that risk head on and take it. And on the golf course, you make that double bogey out the gate on hole 1, next hole, you forgot about it. You got to forget about it. You got to try to make birdie. What do you want to say?
I'll tell you a risk that Willie took. And this is my first interaction. Again, I felt like I met Willie at Nemacolin Woodlands at the grand opening, July 1st of Shepherd's Rock. And we were playing a practice round. We were actually playing with Willie. And the risk he took was on number 5, which is a par 5. I don't even know if you remember this, Willie, but you almost killed me.
I don't. So I'm interested in hearing how it ended.
My man's 235 yards out from the green, going for it in 2. I scooted down there because I went for it in 2, so I was green side, and I had to use the restroom, so I'm peeing on the side of the cart path. And Brandon says, watch out, watch out, watch out. This ball literally landed 2 feet from me on the cart path and bounced into the woods. And so that's my claim to fame with you is that you almost killed me.
That almost hit you.
Oh, my gosh. And it was great. We were all laughing about it. We were high-fiving each other. I mean, my shorts were soaked, but hey, whatever. But, yeah, so, and again, that's back to what Ryan's saying. Everything has risks in life, and especially golf. So, and that's why we keep coming back. Yeah. How is your golf game?
Yeah. We were going to ask how your golf game's going right now.
Oh, my gosh. It is just like in business sometimes, you have to have guys, I just totally lost it. I didn't play. Like, I just quit playing for like a year and a half. All during COVID, I didn't play. I just got in this funk, and it's like I always used to pride myself. I wouldn't get mad out there. I only got mad playing golf is when I think you should only get mad if you're really good, and if I told myself,
Right.
do not miss right, like whatever you can do, do not hit it there. And if I hit it there, that's when I would get mad. If I had the ability to somewhat control that, I always get tickled at guys who get mad playing golf and they're terrible. And I'm like, why would you get mad? You're not good. Like, why do you expect you're going to come in and shoot a par? Like you don't practice. You go out once every 4 or 5 months, a couple of times a year, and you're expecting to be good. Like you should never get mad. Everything should just be laughing. If you get 2 pars, you should be super happy. Because that's a miracle. But for me, what happened was I was playing in the celebrity tournament at Tahoe. So it's big celebrities, big giant crowds, and it's probably the biggest celebrity tournament I'm presuming there is. I mean, it's like lots of people. And I drove what was our second hole. I think they flip it on the regular when they regular play, but our second hole was the shortest par 4, and I had driven the green, and I called my wife before this, and I said, I may win this thing. Like I thought I was playing that good. I just played at Austin Country Club. I think where the pros play for the match play now.
Where the Dell match play is, Austin Country Club. Yeah,
played it for the first time like 2 weeks before. Went out to Tahoe and shot 74, and I'm like, dude, I told my wife, I said, I may win this thing. Like I'm that good, and I drove that green. And it's a crazy green, obviously, because it's short, so it's not going to be easy once you get there. Ran my first putt back, ran the next putt back. But it gets back to where I'm putting, I'm making a 4 putt now.
Oh, my God.
This putt is probably 9 inches. No, I'm 3 putting from 9 inches, 3 putting. And I missed the putt. Oh, no. And guys, I don't know what happened to me, but something in my brain, and it's like you don't even want to talk about it. something got off. Oh, man. And that just kept happening over and over. And I get probably a year later, I was playing a celebrity tournament in Orlando, and it was me and Larry the Cable Guy, a professional LPGA player. And I get over a putt, and it's all 9 inches. Oh, no. And I couldn't move the putter back. I couldn't move. Like, I'm literally just stuck.
Kevin,
and so I just mark it. So I mark it, and I backed up. And Larry the Cable Guy said, Willie, what's your problem? I said, I can't move the putter back. And he said, that's terrible, but it's still your putt. And I said, yeah, I realize that. It's really awkward. So I go back over the putt. I pull the putter back maybe an inch and just waft at it. It doesn't even touch. It was the most miserable thing. And then I was like, I'm done. Like, this ain't even fun. It only got worse. I think 2 hours later, I get up on the tee box with my driver guys and completely whiff the ball.
Oh, no.
Like now I'm just in like Looney Tunes land. And I know, there's 200 people watching.
Oh, man.
So I go back at it again, hit down the middle, hit on the green, 2 putt. And my playing partner, I think it was Cole Swindell, he said, hey, good par, Willie. I said, no, that was a bogey. And I said, I whiffed the first time. And he goes, we thought you were joking. And I should have just went with the joke. But I was like, no, I just completely messed like that. And I said, I may just need some time off.
Yeah.
And then this year, Tim Tebow asked me to go do his charity tournament, and it's at Sawgrass, and so it's so hard to turn down Sawgrass, because the pros just played there. I watched the whole tournament, and I'm like, I'm going back. And even though I'm still kind of like, well, what if I just start this screw-up thing? It's a scramble, so it's kind of I can tiptoe in this thing. And, man, I hit the ball great, and I was like, I forgot how much I love this. And so now I'm committed. I'm back.
You're back.
Back practicing, yeah. I played my first full. I actually got to go to the Masters practice round, so I went down there, saw some people I knew. I talked to Bubba Watson, Teddy, his caddy, and then we played at. Oh shoot, I can't remember it now. It's right up the road in South Carolina, and
Sage Valley.
Sage Valley.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that place is amazing. And so I played my own ball there, and I can't remember what I practiced. I probably shot 80 85, or 83. Who knows? But it's like the shots were there. It was like
Right.
Like I was hitting, birdied some holes, and so putting was not. Oh, you know what happened? I had a caddy, and this poor kid, he was like 17, and so I had this new putter built with LA Golf. That's who I was hanging out with, and my bag falls over, because I had a crappy bag, like super crappy bag, and it falls over, and my putter the head completely breaks off because it hit like a. So now I don't have a putter, and I have to borrow a putter. So it was actually kind of cool because I didn't have to focus on putting as much because I was like, well, I've got, I'm borrowing somebody's putter, and but anyway, so the resurrection of my golf game is back in full swing, and it was so bad when I was at my lowest because I've actually built a little golf course around my home, so. It was like every day I walked out, it was just a reminder of what a loser I was because I built a golf course and I was losing the desire to play. I was like, what have I done?
But that's the thing. The game keeps bringing you back for more. That's the beautiful thing about this game. I mean, you put the game down for a year and a half, and then you picked it back up, and it's like riding a bicycle. Yeah, we make stupid mistakes out there. Like you said, your putting's not the greatest right now, but it'll come back over time after you start practicing a little bit.
Well, your short game's gone,
yeah.
right? So
Done.
dipping and putting is just obliterated. But hitting shots, driver, I was hitting it, right down the middle. And I quit swinging so hard. Probably when I played with you, I was probably just really going at it with all I had. And
you smoked it.
Pit boss. Yeah.
I'll tell you the story. So me and Bubba Watson were on the practice range, and and I'm talking about how long I can hit it. And I'm obviously doing this with Bubba Watson, so it's weird. And so Bubba said, I'll bet you $100 that I can outdrive you with your driver. Okay, so I'm right-handed, he's left-handed.
Oh.
And I thought, well, I guess he can hit it right-handed, And I said, I'll take a shot. And so I tee one up, just bomb it, right down the middle. I mean, in the practice range. And so Bubba, and I said, wait a minute. I said, how are we going to know who's his father? It's a practice range. And Bubba looked at me and he goes, oh, there will be no doubt. And I was like, well, how's it going to be no doubt? That sucker took my driver, flipped it upside down.
Oh, my.
And he hit it over the entire driving range into the bushes of the clubhouse.
Oh, my God.
That's.
Let me tell you, there was no doubt.
There was no doubt.
Bubba smokes it too. So.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. It was crazy.
The guy absolutely smokes the ball. He's got that swing with that. He's so lanky. I mean, I've never really met him, but in person, he looks like he's just kind of tall and lanky. But he just generates the most obscene power ever.
No. Let me just clarify that. He's not lanky. He's skin and bones. Like that's what he is. Like.
Yeah,
like,
skin and bones.
I mean, he is. He's really thin, and it's unbelievable. I mean, it's and the fact that he's never taken a lesson and just learned all that stuff himself. He said he learned the upside down thing. There was a girl he played with in high school, and or even before, and she was right hand, so he did that all the time. He would hit with her clubs upside down, and so he got. So if you ever get yourself in a spot with him, one, just don't bet on anything.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
He's going to be better. He came up to it. We were actually down at his place in Florida. We're all making our bets, right? Me and my brothers were like, hey, we're betting here. And Bubba said, hey, I'm in, make some bets. I'm like, Bubba, there's no, we can't bet with you. You won the Masters twice. Like,
Yeah.
There's no bet.
None.
Here's what he did. So he takes the bag off his cart. He just takes it off and just leaves it there. And he pulls out a 6-iron. He said, I'll play all of y'all, your best score from all of you. There's like 4 of us. And I'll play with a 6-iron only. And he just gets in the cart holding a 6-iron.
Are you kidding?
Well, what happened?
Well, we had a meeting. And we were like, if he beats us with a 6-iron, that's, and even if he does, we got to see it, right? He shot 2 over with a 6-iron.
Wow.
He putted, he drove, he chipped. I mean, it was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen.
Did it all.
And that's the thing with those guys, Willie, that's so cool is, and especially him, his shot making, the vision that he has in a shot, there's no rhyme or reason for that guy. He just wants to hit a shot. If he wants to hit it high and right, he will. I mean, a huge cut, a huge fade, whatever it may be, the guy's going to hit it just to prove a point.
Well, think about that hook he hit out of the right rough at Augusta.
10.
I mean, he hit that thing. If you see the aerial view of how he, in his position, he hit a hook, I mean, that thing was like a half circle. You remember that, Willie, whenever he won the Masters? I think it was the first time.
Yeah, it was the first time.
It was the first one, yep.
You know, it's funny. I was there. I didn't know him. That's before I met him, but I didn't know him, but I happened to be there. And I had to make a choice. So if you've ever been to the Masters, you realize, like, so it was either, remember, because that was a playoff, right? So it was like, it was either going to end at 18 or they're going to keep going. And so I made the decision to go ahead and commit to 18. So I wormed my way as close as I could to the green. Well, once it goes to 10, you're toast because it's way down there on that 10th fairway.
Yeah.
And so I was at the deal and missed the shot because I couldn't see it. You know, I couldn't get down there because I positioned myself towards the end there. I thought it was going to end on 18. So, yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And, yeah, if you play with Bubba, he'll call his shots, like, just for fun. Like, he'll say, how about I hit one, you know, I'll hit it 3 foot off the ground, you know, with his driver. It's going to do this, this, and this. And then he'll hit the shot. And the next show, he'll go, okay, now I'm going to hit. You know, it's totally different. Like, he does it just for fun, just to do that. So he's unbelievable. I play with professional golfers, and I've never seen anybody quite like him.
Yeah, he's special.
Now, have you played Augusta? I know you've been there.
I have. Yeah, I have.
And?
I got to play it. It was unbelievable. I played terrible, and I was like really out of shape. And I always said if I ever got the opportunity, that's one to drop everything, maybe lose your job, whatever the ramifications are going to happen, it happened. And so I was invited to play, and it was a weird deal where I had to be in like 2 cities the night before, like Denver and I think Colorado Springs. And so anyway, we flew in, and I got there an hour before tee off, and they came to get me, and I was so out of shape. So, and you'll realize that thing's hard to walk, and so we did the par 3 course. I chipped in the first time on the par 3 course. I had a birdie, and then I birdied number 2.
Let's go.
So, and I lipped out for eagle number. I actually was on the green on number 2, and lipped out for eagle. Got my birdie, and I was like, okay, I've done it. And then I played like garbage the rest of the way, but I actually played it in the fall, so it was similar to last year, when Dustin won, similar conditions like that. The greens weren't obviously they're not, crazy fast like they are. So
right.
But yeah, something special about that place, man. That's probably been my best golf memory, but probably my favorite course I play is Pebble. That's just amazing. I mean, you just stand there. It's hard to even concentrate on the golf. It's just the views are so incredible. Yeah,
that place is. I mean, I've heard. Okay, I've never played Pebble, which I've been there, and it's terrible for me to even admit that I haven't played it yet. But
Ryan plays a lot of public golf courses.
Yeah.
So,
he's funny. I do sometimes, but no, I've heard people say that Pebble's great, but what's the course right next to Pebble up into the
Spanish?
No, Spyglass.
Spyglass.
I've heard people say they like Spyglass better, but I don't know if I could subscribe to that. I think when you're at Pebble, it's Pebble for a reason. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that you like it better. I mean, there's some cool spots about all those. Even that other one, I don't think it's fine. There's another one that's like even more in the ocean that you go out.
Maybe Cypress
Man,
Point.
that place, because there's so many memories, of stuff you've watched. Some Tiger's done, or somebody else that's happened at that particular hole, and then for a few seconds you're in that situation. And I remember we got up on 18. I was with these guys, and these were like business guys. This one guy was just terrible, and he goes, if I hit in the water, I'm gonna throw my whole set of clubs in the ocean. And he went back and swung with all he had. And I'm gonna tell you, when I say this ball dribbled off it just barely dribbled and just boink and goes right over the edge.
Oh.
And then I'm like, you're throwing those clubs, man. Those things are going. And then he says, no, I'm not throwing my clubs. I'm chasing it around. I'm like, I'm gonna throw them in the water.
Well, and you played Pinehurst number 2 a few years ago, right after we played at nemacolin together. What's your thoughts of Pinehurst number 2?
Holy moly, the greens are just crazy. What do they say? It's the hardest course you'll ever play without losing your ball. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's true. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like there's trouble, but the greens, like it was like the first 8 greens I hit just spun completely out. Like it just comes right back.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are just maniacal. I mean, it is crazy. Yeah, that's a whole different challenge. And yeah, I wasn't playing super good at that point. So, but yeah, it's a really cool course, and how they set those courses out, where they can take in pros and with that game. Because I don't remember being long. It's not long at all either. But just how they make them tough, man, it's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah, Donald Ross, unbelievable.
The one over in Carolina too is like that's really the one along the ocean. Golly, I can't think of it. They've had tons of
Kiawah Island.
Yeah, holy moly,
I hear that place is hard as hell.
Yeah, that wind whips.
Yeah, what was it, Roy, that year? Like he couldn't get up, and I mean they had that elevated. That hole was so short too. It's just like, oh, this is easy, and you just start going up, and then it goes down, and it goes up, and I mean just going back and forth, and it just wears you out. And I was able to play St. Andrews too, and yeah, I started playing. I think I birdied the 3rd hole. I think I drove the green. I'm like, this thing was not that hard, like the deal. And you make that turn back into that wind.
Yep.
And I mean, guys, you're hitting drives like 160 yards. Like it is no joke coming back in that wind. I can't imagine, doing that. Or even Sawgrass. Like, I mean, coming up to 18 on Sawgrass is just, when you're looking at that, I can't imagine, having to hit that shot, having to, try to birdie or even make a par. Like, I mean, it looks like the fairway's just this tiny strip. It just looks like it's all water, and it is crazy.
Well, how about when Ricky in 15 at Sawgrass wins the Players, but he goes back to 17, I think three times after the round in that playoff, and he hits the exact same shot all 3 times to like within 4 feet every time. I mean, I've never played Sawgrass, but when you're standing up on 17, I have to imagine that's pretty intimidating, especially with the pressure that's on. I mean,
I feel like 18 seems more intimidating because you got to hit a driver, right? And I mean, if you're hitting the ball right to left, that's got to be. Well, it was Justin Thomas this year. Yeah, he hit that ball. I was like, whoa, this thing's going in the water. 17 is, but you've got a short iron, so you're thinking like, well, you got a 9-iron, maybe, so it's not like
it's a pitching wedge.
And I don't know where they play from. But it's got to be kind of similar because the tee box not that big. But I'd play the first 5 times I played, I hit in the water every time. Like every time, I still had hit the green. And then it was a couple of years ago. I was playing, and there's probably, when I was playing, there's probably 1,000 people watching. Like, I mean, it's packed, and they had raised all this money, and so they started taking up money for Tim's charity, and so it's like who can get closest to the hole, and Dan Mullen was the closest, the coach for Florida. He had about 4 feet.
Oh man!
And the pin was in the bottom right. So I hit one up that slope, and it starts coming, and I think I had to end up 10 inches, and so I had the closest to the pin, and
there you go.
And it was really cool. And it was the first time I'd ever hit the green, like first time I'd ever hit it, and there was most people watching, so that was a cool deal. And then this year, when I played, I think a putt for Birdie. We had a team, and I made a putt. It was the only putt I made all day, and that was the only one I videoed. And I think I put it up on social media, but I just turned around and said, "Hey, just roll it. Whatever happens," I said, "I'm gonna miss it." And then I turned around. It was like a 15-footer and
drained it, and that feeling is good. Have you? Because you mentioned Cole Swindell a little earlier, and obviously we had Tyler Reeve on the podcast, and I've gone down and played golf with Tyler down at Old Hickory and Troubadour. Have you played Troubadour down in Nashville?
No, I haven't played a lot in Nashville. I played at Legends or something. I can't think of
Legends.
Yeah, I played that one, but I think that's all I played there. I really hadn't. Oh, I've heard about. Oh, that's the new. Is that the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's buying the house. Yeah. No, I heard about it. No, I hadn't even been there. Somebody told me, some friends of mine had bought some property there or whatever. But But no, I haven't played that, so I put that on the list. Now you are making me want to get out and play.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you got to get out there and chase the birdies.
Well, it's probably 100 degrees in Louisiana right now, so.
Yeah.
You know what? It's been the coolest spring ever. It has been it's pouring rain today. Yeah, it's starting to get. I think yesterday was really muggy, and I got to get back out. Actually, I'm playing in a city basketball league, believe it or not. And I go out Monday night, so I was all set up. I had this regular game on Wednesday, and average age in my group's probably 71, and I'm probably bringing that down. And then I go out there with these guys every Wednesday, and they just beat my brains in. I can hit the ball twice as far as them, and they just destroy me. And they're shooting even, And so I was ready to get back in my game, but I had this basketball game, and man, I tore some tendon in my calf.
Oh man!
Yeah. So yesterday I had 7 dry needles go in it, and I wasn't able to play this week. But my doctor says that I can probably play next week, which will probably slow my swing down, and at least it wasn't my Achilles. Like on Caddyshack, when Bill Murray says when I slice that Achilles, you can never transfer your weight over to the other side.
Well, what position on the court are you playing? Is it point guard, shooting guard? Not center, right?
I play pretty much shooting guard. I can run the point, but I'm 49 years old, and everybody else is about 21 years old. So, so I'd let them do the running, and I went back last night because we had our game. I couldn't play, obviously, and last night I was the coach, so that was kind of fun. So I got to be the coach, and we lost in double overtime by 1 point. So.
That's
man.
So what else is going on in your life after, I know that the golf is starting to pick back up, but any new shows?
We've got At Home with the Robertsons. It is on Facebook Watch. And, we shot like 16 shows. Everything's been shot. And so I think 4 of the shows have run already. And, a lot of people are watching. And it's kind of weird. It's like a talk show, but it's like moving. So we do some cool stuff in Louisiana, kind of get out. We did some crawfish but the topics are like crazy intense, like really hot button issues, racism, kneeling for the flag. I mean, everybody's got a lot of opinions. And so, Corey and I were kind of watching in America, just, everybody seems like they're yelling at each other and mad on social media. And we just kind of said, hey, what if we can just kind of sit down and have a talk? And so we invite people in our homes, and which is so disarming because when you come into somebody's house, it's hard to flare up and get all mad in the face about it. And but really tough issues. But we're trying to just maybe kind of teach in some ways, get to know, maybe learn some things, maybe teach some things. But just trying to have some conversations. And at the end of the day, we're all people. We're just trying to we're trying to be safe and try to be happy and just try to live in this country together. And Lord knows there's been a lot of arguing and fighting over the last several years. So
there has been.
Maybe be a little light there. So so that's what we're doing, and it's been really fun and different and exciting. It's it's easier to shoot than Duck Dynasty, but because of the topic stuff, it's been really kind of tough to get through. But I can say at the end of it, we're friends. We end up making new friends, and that's been fun. So we'll probably do some golf on one as well. But we got that, and I got my daughter's due, Sadie. She is due with her baby any day, and so ready
That's
for that.
awesome.
And my son John Luke just had one, and actually they're staying with us because we're remodeling their home. And so I got babies and toddlers in the house, and so I'm 100% grandpaing it and loving it. And my daughter Bella's getting married in about a month. So
that's fantastic. Congratulations.
That's keeping us busy.
Sounds like it's a fun time to be in the Robertson household.
Let's get on to the good stuff. This is what I enjoy in life too. I love golf and all that. But let's talk a little bit about meat, smoking meat.
Yeah.
Smoking meat, yeah.
So I see that you have some smokers out there for sale. Tell us a little bit about it, because I've never really
some smokers for sale. I just picture that like they're in my front yard. Like
well. Hey,
Willie's Pit Boss Smokers.
Willie's Smokers.
I've had a business deal with Pit Boss, and Pit Boss makes smokers, and I've always loved to cook. And like I said, especially during COVID, I was really I'm cooking like not just for me. I'm cooking for
everybody.
People. I'm sending food to grandmas and people who couldn't go to the grocery store, and so I'm like running a little restaurant here. And
awesome.
so Pit Boss and we teamed up, and so yeah, I've been going through their different smokers and cook stuff and put meat on. We do obviously a lot of the game and stuff that that I bring home. I'm kind of a I like cooking what I eat. I mean, eating what I go get. And
Right.
so the ultimate farm to table kind of situation. And so yeah, we've been doing that, and yeah, I love it. And so I just shot commercials for them yesterday, and so yeah, I was out. I couldn't stand up. It was like I could barely stand up, and I'm out there shooting these things. I'm like, I can't walk. I'm like, I love it the next day. I must have teach you that. Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun, and so I'm passionate about that, and that's why I like Louisiana. I mean, the culture here. You see a lot of TV shows come out of here because they're just passionate people,
Yep.
so they're passionate about religion and cooking and hunting and outdoors, and so yeah, it's a good state to live in if you like that.
The whole smoking thing. I mean, you got to commit to the whole day to that, really, right? I mean, it's about what, 12 hours at least.
Well, it's according to what you're doing. That's true, but that's why I like Pit Boss. Man, they got these things now where back in the day you're sitting up there in a lawn chair, which is fun. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but now, man, it does all the work. You just type that stuff in, put your deal, and it just let it go. So it's basically cooking, and you're just out there. You can just bounce in. Just kind of monitor according to what you're cooking and what different things take different times, different temperatures, but you can set the temp. And so used to when you're doing it, if you're just doing it like legit, like them pit masters, you're having to control that temp, by the wood and how much you put in there and all that. So it definitely made it more convenient, I guess, and a little bit easier for you to do it.
So I'm gonna go get a Pit Boss. I was eyeing up a Traeger. My dad's a big Green Egg and Primo fan, but I think Pit Boss is the way to go.
I think I need to hop in with you on that because we both need to start smoking a little meat.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get out there and get going.
Well, the last segment here, because we've taken up a good chunk of your time, and we appreciate that, Willie. The last segment here of our podcast, kind of wrapping things up, is called the Tap In segment, and Jonathan's basically going to ask you 3 or 4 or 5 different questions, and your one line, or not even one line, but your answer is appreciated. Yeah, they're easy. It's not like that hard. But
I've already told y'all. So now you've triggered me on this tap in because I've blown them too. So I could just blow every answer, right?
9 inches.
I may not even be able to open my mouth. Like that's where I was at.
All right, the tap in segment.
Let's tap them in.
Let's tap
them in. Brisket or pork butt?
Well, see, that's not a tap in. That's I got to read that one for 20 minutes. Who's making the brisket? Like, okay,
it's all you.
If it's the best, yeah, okay. Brisket.
Perfect. I agree with you on that one.
But don't go out and order it thinking Willie said brisket and go get it somewhere and it's terrible because brisket can be so bad, but it can be so good. But it's that one you've got to know what you're doing, or whoever you're getting it from has to know what they're doing. All right.
Dream foursome. Dead or alive?
Huh?
They can be dead or alive. Your dream foursome to play golf with or hunt with.
That's not a tap in. That's a
that's a 25
Questions like that. Here's how long it would take me to answer that. 3 months. Like that's how much I think that stuff out. I would have someone from the Bible for sure. I would have someone that I have to think. I think I would play with either Arnie or Jack, one of those guys, but like in their prime, like to do that, and then probably somebody like I think I would say Bill Murray.
Yeah, he would be fun.
He's a good one.
Let me just give you the worst thing that ever happened. I had an opportunity. We were filming Duck Dynasty to be on the Ryder Cup celebrity team with Bill Murray, and I believe it or not, I could not get out of like filming the show that day, and who knows what stupid episode it was, but I missed that, and it's one of the things, man. That would have been so fun. It was when it was up in Minnesota, whatever that course is.
Hazeltine.
Hazeltine. I played that course too. That thing's hard too. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff like that I'd want to know about. He's just been in movies, back in Saturday Night Live and Caddyshack stuff.
Well, that's like me. Tyler said, "Hey, someone bailed out of Sage Valley last weekend. You want to come play Sage with me, Cole Swindell, and Chase Rice?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm already committed in a West Virginia State event. I can't do it."
This guy, he's such an idiot, Willie. It's not even funny.
Why would you not? That's you're doing a podcast. Like, that's how you make podcasts. Memories like that.
Yeah. But hey, he's all about himself.
That was just a fail.
That was a foul. That was a triple bogey.
All right. Hunting or fishing?
Hunting.
Yeah.
Easy. There we go. That was the quickest one. All right. Last one for you. Favorite Bible verse?
Oh, man, that's not a tap in. It's a whole chapter. I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians 15 is my favorite verse. I like the way it starts because it starts out the gospel and the good news of Jesus. It ends with, where, O death is your victory, where, O death is your sting. So it ends with the good news. But no matter what, even if you die, we're good. And so I like how it starts. I love how it ends. And so, because that's, and I've quoted that to so many people, especially like, I had a friend constantly, man, I got pancreatic cancer, and we go to that verse, we go to where it starts and go to where it ends, and right. And because hey, we're all heading there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to have hope for something beyond.
At the end of the day.
Now, let me let y'all tap one in.
Yep.
Is there going to be golf in heaven?
Oh,
yes,
absolutely, eternal.
Yes.
Eternal, and I'll be on it every day.
I like how you are so confident. Like,
there will be. If there's not, I'm going to be playing.
But where would you throw your club in it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff I think.
Things like that that makes you think a little bit, right? Like you're driving down the road on a 3-hour drive, and your mind starts wandering a little bit.
One thing, it would definitely be painless.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd have the perfect scorecard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Or the drive. It may be like your driver's like when you're up in the mountains playing, and you hit your drive 400 yards.
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
Yeah, you feel good for once. No, I know. That's probably going to be how it is.
Maybe you tee off like on Earth, but the hole is like on Mars.
Yeah. That's good. Oh, shoot.
There may be something there. So.
Well.
No, listen, I think you're right about that, and we appreciated your time and
a lot of it. We appreciate that, Willie.
Yeah, it's very, very humbling.
Fine,
and, good conversation.
I got to go in there. I think my wife's been in there waiting for lunch. I'm actually out at the coffee shop, so
okay.
I said, "Oh, geez, I forgot I had the podcast." So, man, it was great talking to you guys. Good catching up, and I love the game, and whoever listens, hopefully they get. If you're in the down slot, see, it's like in anything, spiritually in golf, whatever. When you get down, you can come back out and get back going, just get back in the game. So
yes, sir.
That's what I'm planning on doing. But yeah, man, enjoy talking to you boys.
Is there golf in heaven?
I say yes, and it's gonna be the perfect round. I'm sure I'm gonna miss a few short putts, but whatever.
Nah, you know what, dude? I think
redos, right? You think there's redos in heaven too?
But you're gonna have unlimited mulligans.
I don't disagree with that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Perfect round of golf. Back to Annika.
Yeah, no kidding.
50. What was it? Something 54, 18 under.
Yeah.
They always believed in Sweden. They teach their kids that 54 is achievable, and she always felt that she could make 18 birdies in a round of golf.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yes, there will be golf in heaven. There will be cigars in heaven.
But the only way you can make birdies in heaven is if you got that Bettinardi putter, And,
you get that thing rolling a little bit. The Bettinardi putter. Speaking of, tell us a little bit about yours, bud.
But it looks great. They shrunk the Chasin Birdies logo on the bottom of the putter. It looks 10 times better. The black finish is sleek. It's modern. It's great. Again, the length is perfect for me. It's going to be hard to replace the Scotty, no doubt about it. But at the same time, I know the Bettinardi is going to be a more confident tool for me in my bag. And hopefully it converts and makes some more birdies. And oddly enough, we're excited to have Sam Bettinardi.
Good friend of the podcast, sponsor of the show, with the tap-in segment. Sam is an awesome guy. Tells a little bit about the story of the product being made in the USA. Again, we did this interview in person with Sam in Tinley Park. As Ryan was talking about, he got the hive treatment when we went there, got his putter dialed in. We highly, highly recommend going to bettinardi.com. Check them out.
Yeah.
And book yourself a putter fitting, because
Guys, what are y'all doing?
That's the club that you use the most.
Yeah, what are you doing? Get yourself a good putter.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard.
So on our August 19th episode of Chasin Birdies, we're going to release the episode with Sam Bettinardi that we did in person. First episode that we did in person, so it's going to sound great. We'll probably put a little bit of footage up along the way, as we have a lot of footage from the shoot there at Bettinardi.
I think the most impressive thing about the in-person interview is that, the last in-person interview we did, which was not really, I mean, it was fun, is that Pete Dye, you sat on some pillows, bud, and you didn't have to here.
But I know, I was in a chair. I was, I could reach. All right, like, you need to tell people I sit on a pillow. I mean, I was sitting on 2 pillows actually, but it worked out. The mic's not adjustable, guys. So the only thing that was the height of the seat, and that was helped out by 2 pillows. So here we go. What are you gonna do?
And so you didn't have to use those, but it's awesome to hear the Bettinardi story. And please, guys, go check our good friends out at bettinardi.com. Go to the Hive if you want something custom made. They do it all.
Yeah,
I know I've got 2 wedges being dialed in right now, 54 and a 50.
They're blade proof too. I mean, I haven't seen you blade one yet. They're blade proof. I mean, but
why do you always go there?
Well, because it's the truth. You hit it great. I'm validating your remarks. I think it's phenomenal, and you spin it.
I'm so sick of this.
Oh,
but
shoot.
anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed the Willie Robertson interview. Again, this early on, I do have to say, this early on in our podcast career, I guess you can say, we've had some strong guests, and they're only going to get better. Again, sponsor nemacolin, we're doing a little once a month gig with them up there, where we're going to start bringing YouTube videos to you guys with who we're interviewing. So stay tuned. We got some Major League Baseball player coming.
Yep.
We got country star coming.
October.
That's going to be
good.
Not a big deal. But so again, we're working hard. Don't be scared to send us somebody if you want to hear them.
Yeah. Holler. Let us know. Give us some feedback. Shoot us we get messages all the time saying, hey, keep up the great work, or that was a little sloppy, boys. But most of it's good stuff. So we appreciate that feedback, and, we appreciate,
Real quick, bud. Did you ever find your 9-iron?
No, bud, I don't have my 9-iron. I'm hitting a 2015 AP2 9-iron.
So if you guys know anybody out there that can make Ryan some shaft labels, he tends to leave his clubs around the greens. Make sure you put his phone number on there, his address, so it can be sent back to him when he loses it. I mean, this kid,
but
how do you lose a 9-iron?
But I don't know. And the odd part was, when I went look back in my bag, I had 2 46s. I don't know.
So you got 2 pitching wedges.
Yeah, bud, two pitching wedges, correct. I'm down a 9-iron. I don't know where it went. And next, so now I had to go back into my old bag and pull the old 9 out. Now, 2 weeks out for the new 9-iron to come in, but we'll roll the dice with this 9-iron.
Well,
hitting pretty good.
And our good buddy Matt Taschenberg got you dialed in on that, so you should thank him, because otherwise you'd probably be waiting 6 to 8 weeks, bud.
Yeah, no doubt. But hey, you guys, thanks for
listening. Again, check us out, chasinbirdies.co, for some swag. At Chasin_Birdies Instagram, like us. Facebook, Chasin Birdies. Just go give it a like. It's not that hard. I mean, we put some nice stuff up there, some good photos.
Click it. All you gotta do is click the mouse.
Just click it.
Double click it.
Click it. Just
all
click
right, guys.
it.
Yeah, just click it.
Come on, just click it.
That's gonna be a t-shirt. Just
click it.
Yep. There we go.
It's a little annoying. But Just go click it. All right, guys. See you next week in 2 weeks.
Yeah, thanks for listening to another episode of Chasin Birdies, and thanks to Simpler Media again for all their great work putting this thing together. See y'all.